League leaders Dublin opt to leave well and good alone. It's an unchanged team from that which started here against Cork 7 days ago. Barry Cahill, who got the third of Dublin's goals in that match, continues in midfield alongside Dennis Bastick, while up front the combination of Tomas Quinn and Bernard Brogan has so far yielded 2 goals and 12 points in 2 matches played. The strength of this Kerry team is underlined by the fact that between them they're the owners of 42 All-Ireland medals. Tomas O'Shea and Killian Young returned to reinforce the back line. Brian Sheehan is selected to play in midfield, while David Moran wears the number 10 jersey. However, the driving force so far for Kerry in the league has been former captain Darren O'Sullivan, playing on the 40. This is cut out here by Paul Casey. James McCarthy now has been very busy at club and colleges level. Back to Casey. Some 50 metres from the target. Looking for the opening score here. It's Paul Flynn raiding on that right-hand side. Intended for Bernard Brogan. Did well there to use his body and to hold off the attentions of the backs. In as far as Quinn and into the back of the net. Another for Tomas Bossy Quinn. But he can thank Bernard Brogan's persistence and strength, picking him out brilliantly. He held off his man, not just one but 2, Bernard Brogan. Quinn unmarked, brilliant goal. What a start. Well, that's the start that Dublin's needed. A measured build-up once again, involving Owen Brosnan. Played off by Donaghy as far as Donncha Walsh. Dished inside here to Gainey. Was that a foot block? The referee's awarded a penalty. Donncha Walsh played the ball across here as far as David Gainey. It's a push rather than a foot block. Michael Fitzsimons pushing David Gainey and Marty Duffy in, no doubt. It's got to be Brian Sheehan who will take this penalty. He scored right at the very end of the match in Castlebar last Sunday to engineer a victory for Kerry against Mayo. And here he's done. Oh, it's come off the inside of the post, but it's gone in. Kerry equalise, and it's Brian Sheehan who gets the goal for them from the penalty in the 8th minute. Struck it well and hit the inside of the post and came back out. So Dublin 1 goal, Kerry 1 goal.
So Donncha Walsh, Brosnan, agus is Seamus Scanlon. They should go Hebrew Mark go ready chéile. Agus shot Guinea in reached fair dangen. Pelador an slachter go jo, Njarski lege. Oh, Iliki Wayan shin go done Seamus Scanlon agus Massey Quinn le can fada skjupi stach. Ono Garancha. Lantasach. Fair Lodger. Javla Kalche. Shot McMenamin. La Hasaklar agus cool ele forte Glaglia. Kevin McMenamin. Fair the Haslat. Hapashayesh. Well, locked Nangan's here got him had of a sauce the nacht. When you love la color shin, as their own Brosnan and on Toddy, you know, McMenamin is the punching. Brendan Keeley, Bulche, Can Faden Shin, Paul Flynn, Mark O'Shea, Bahiri, Mahik Scanlon, Paul Greedy and Ish. Donncha Walsh, Nolan Thiefshaw, Sheehan Shaw. Oh, ton a passni question go hall and a Kerry. So, Makogi Morden, David Morden, can more Mealchach, Tasha Crin, Quincha Bra, Why Morden, David Morden, O'Reilly, Austin Stacks. Well, we Kerry Foyjach and Chin, Hunishi Doro, pass all Himpel no go worship and Jesh, Agus Happy, Morden and Jesh. Shogun, Locklear East. Barry Cahill. Andal and Kinjinti O'Gara and Shaw. Oh, dummy all the way O'Gara. Agus and Puncha for Jigga. One O'Gara. Well, Marin Shin Chachta Chakacha. Barry Cahill. You know, over the Gapal and Shin. agus an pass tuki waige go ono gara a cníochní go patente. Donahue is tomo in argal on the parke. Morden, sin an fast by Morden. Sheehan can more art, can damanta. Agus an punch of fortjege. Ryan Sheehan. Even a near grim enough to get, like say Lorna Parke. For Shen Spas, agus. Well, does she have a crin?
Quick look up. Is now playing part of a full forward line which includes O'Gara and Brogan. Here's Owen Brosnan. Alan Brogan trying to win it back. Bernard Brogan trying to chip it up to his brother and fed in here smartly, and it's in as far as Michael Dara Macaulay. Macaulay finds the back of the net. 50 minutes are gone, and Michael Dara Macaulay with another goal for Dublin. They got 3 last week against Cork, they've got 3 against Kerry, and they lead by a point. The Brogans were involved. Bernard to Allen. Then it was Barry Cahill, and next it was the decisive move of Michael Dara Macaulay to roof it in past Brendan Keeley. Into space as far as Bernard Brogan. Last year's Footballer of the Year attracts 2 Kerry backs to him. Should free somebody else. McMenamin also finding it difficult, but shows the pace to go by line. Goes by Reedy as well. Has a go and puts it over the bar. That's brilliant play. Dublin in irresistible form. When they turn it up, the fans love it. And McMenamin has now got a goal and a point.
Brian Cullen and Jonathan. Shadeg O'Gara. Sonia Hila, Chelef Kuniega. Pastuki Waiga. Paul Flynn. Macaulay and Shaw. Agus Branner Shinmar Funche. One under the Michael Dara Macaulay. Fara Wauron and Shaw reached up the Cooper Bauron. Agus Shin on Treif Jammer Hunish of Locklear. Marco Shea reached. When you get in it, Hebrew Mach, Donnacha Walchinish, Donnacha Gala Ruher, Pelador Jas Lachter shot, Anschkillige Marco Shea Gal Harris Marver Trainan. Schooling Chestach Ishili, Egavare Hen Column Coach Cooper, Shadan Goutinish, Erikitoy, Gagashin Kitoy Gatan Frin. Quinche, Slachter Fortune, Column Gouchin. Gawal Orton by Seamus Scanlon. Brosnan. Donnacha Walsh will open the gap of Gentle enough to get. The Shuggle had Birch, the Shemi had True. The Shen pass wide. Darden O'Sullivan and Ish. The hard, the Crin. Oh, Freud Darden Hole one. The Kitto Ganchlinik Darden Sullivan. Farad the Haslat. Marco Shea reached. Sheehan. Agus. So Darnino Sullivan. Fardog by Data Shashkupi. Focus Jacob in the air. Agus Branner Shinmaruher. Stachish reached. Column Gooch, Chief in the throw. That's a shot Branno Fear Hunterchuk. Shantar Cole Donahue. Rasha Gooch. Agus, Twinche, Gloche, Amchie, Column Gooch Cooper. Well, Honeymuch, Scottish Skille or Hiri and Shin. Skillini Olia, Agus Fear Hoemers Gado. Kerry Chief the East, Sheehan is Jachishel. Donnacha Walsh, the Shabas is Column Gooch. John Murray and Snasal Erics and Puncha Fortune East at Gooch. The Ford Ninish. Four score. So we got the East at Horde. Well, Donahue Chief to Soler. Paul Flynn. Pass took away Paul Casey and Captain. Then a fresh clay, Stachishel. Bernard Brogan. Marco Shea getting a very vroig. Tashiard will she on, Tashion. Top Bloxley Currachan Tessie, Pelador Nablina Nori, Bernard Brogan.
Attack. This is it for Kerry. They're a point behind. Free kick awarded to Kerry, which Donegal Walsh wanted to take. The 2 minutes of added time has been played. This has got to be taken by Brian Sheehan. And in front here you see Mark O'Shea and Barry Cahill, and also Owen O'Gara getting involved. And the referee stepping in. There was a bit of jostling, simmering tension there as that free was about to be taken. The free will still be taken once the referee has everybody back in the right position. So this is it, with the Hill trying to put off Brian Sheehan, his team a point behind. Will it land over the bar? It's going to the left and it's gone wide. And that may be Kerry's last chance. Has the referee blown the final whistle? He has. And Dublin prevail. They win their third match in the Alliance League. Dublin the winners by 3-10 to Kerry's 1 goal and 15.
We need to learn a bit quicker than we're learning at the minute. We need to improve, particularly the defensive side of what we're doing, and also in the middle of the field we're going out of the game for too long. So we've a lot to do, and if we don't sort that out and we won a league, then it wouldn't be any good. But if we sorted that out and we won a league, then we're making progress for the summer.
Yeah, these nighttime fixtures at Croke Park certainly proving a tonic for Dublin football fans. Another exciting win last night, and Tommy Lyons, indeed it was, more entertaining stuff at Croke Park.
It was, Michael, and it was a great atmosphere there last night. And, you know, the Dublin County Board should be congratulated with this whole league series of bringing the matches to Croke Park, because it is adding a bit of glamour to the league. And, you know, it was a cracking game. Like, both teams, you know, you could see that, yeah, it was. You could see that maybe some of the fitness wasn't as good as you'd see in Championship, but both teams were going for it. And you know, there's some great scores, some really no negativity in the match. And you know, the young Dublin players stood up to the plate again.
Pat was obviously playing it down a little bit there in the interview, but you were impressed with some of the sort of the power play, if you like, from Dublin at times.
Yeah, like, I mean, the one thing that featured the Dublin team in the last two league games, and again last night, was their pace that they're moving the ball at, which you know, really is causing trouble to anybody that played. And you'll see Alan Brogan on the ball here, and Kieran Downey trying to chase him. And Alan Brogan has very, very fast guy. Yeah. And Aidan O'Malley comes over to attack. Then Barry Cahill takes up. And Paul Flynn all this time has been sticking with Alan Brogan all the way up the pitch, takes the ball and scores a great point. Now that's something they haven't been doing.
Yeah, and if you just take this one again, McMenamin going past, I think, Jonathan Lyon and Reedy this time. He has shed a stone weight, I think, this year, and the signs are on it, like he's playing a way more inventive football and much fitter than he was last year.
And then when Dublin turning over the ball an awful lot more, and when they do turn it over, they are going for the juggler. I think they've got 3 goals on turnovers already in the league so far, and that's a feature. And Michael, what I would say as well is that the young Cooper, or not young McCarthy, right, Owen O'Gara, Kevin McMenamin and Sean Murray are all improving each league game, and that will please Pat Kilroy.
It certainly will, but I mean, in fairness, you know, Kerry were only kick the ball away from actually getting a draw out of this thing, and both sides went for it big time last night.
They did. The desire to win was very obvious at the end. When Kerry were 4 down, they brought it back to 2 points, and then Cooper clicked into gear. I mean, you know, that's a lovely. This is the point of the match for me in lots of ways. You know, lovely turn onto his left foot. I mean, this guy does this all the time, and just his composure. But you know, this was the point of the match in the end. And Mark O'Shea, who can leave the pitch with his head up, because he had a fantastic game on Bernard Brogan. And like, you know, Brogan does this very well. I mean, he's on his weak foot, or so-called weak foot, if he has it, a fantastic score to win the game. And you know, Michael, the thing that you'd say about Kerry, they were very disappointed. I saw Jack O'Connor taking the team in a huddle after a league game in Croke Park. I mean, that's unheard of from a Kerry perspective ever before. And Kerry only had 2 players short of their championship 15, Declan O'Sullivan and Paul Galvin. And, you know, OK, the other guys are retired. They might be back. I don't know if they'll be back or not.
Kerry were disappointed because that's the first time I gather they've lost to Dublin at a Dublin venue since, what, 1983?
I think it's 1983, Michael. But
Were
Kerry...
you there, Martin?
No, I wasn't actually, old and all as I might be. But the other thing about them, Michael, Kerry will be pleased. They got a good display last night out of Brian Sheehan in the middle of the field. That's an experiment, I think, that is working for them at the moment. And I think Owen Brosnan, even though he was caught for one of those goals, is growing into the position at centre-half back. So it's not all negatives for Kerry.
Of course, certainly is not. Time for us to take a break. Commentator is Darren Frehill.
Galway manager Tomaso Flaherty has made 3 changes for this match. Kevin Brady starts at wing back while Danny Cummins and Cathal Kenny start in place of Matthew Clancy and Cillian Dupuer. Mike Meehan and Pádraig Joyce are long-term injury concerns, and there's still some doubt about Nicky Joyce's inter-county future. James Horan has also been shuffling his pack for this game. There are 4 changes in personnel and a whole host of positional switches. Chris Barrett returns at cornerback. James Burke is named at wing-back. James Kilcullen starts in midfield after his transfer from London, while Jason Doherty joins the attack. Coming forward here is Finian Hanley, usually a full-back, playing at centre-back this afternoon. The Galway captain, of course. This is Paul Conroy coming forward, might open up here for Joe Bergen, has a look at the post. And Joe Bergen gets Galway's first score of the game. We've waited 8 minutes for the first score in this game, and it comes through Joe Bergen, an All-Ireland winner with Galway back in 2001. So this is a bit of a purple patch for Galway as they come on the attack again. This is Cormac Bann, gets around his marker, and just the bounce letting him down, still gets the shot in, being pushed over, and Cormac Bann with a super point under pressure, and Galway's lead now is 3. Well, the sun beginning to come out and shine here, and Galway register their 3rd score, getting on top here in Tuam Stadium. Well, the Division 1 table doesn't make a good reading for either of these teams, I'm afraid. Both struggling at the wrong end of the table. Galway searching for their first points of the campaign. Mayo already have a point to their name as they come looking for a first score here. Alan Dillon puts that one up and over the bar. Raises the white flag. Great work from Alan Dillon. Mayo just with a point in this campaign so far. That was a draw against Down on the opener, and hoping for better stuff here against Galway this afternoon. Taken up here by Jason Doherty, being marked there by Alan Burke. Still Doherty trying to get around his man, pushes it through. Goal-scoring chance here for Aidan Campbell. Well, it's a point in the end for Aidan Campbell. First real goal-scoring chance for Mayo coming to Campbell, and drilled it in there. The goalkeeper got a great touch on it. This is McLaughlin. McLaughlin goes long, good ball to Jason Doherty, who does well to shrug off his marker. Doherty coming forward, goal-scoring chance for Doherty, he's done it! He just seemed to walk through the Galway defence. It opened up in front of him, got past his marker there, David Riley, and no maroon shirt came across to close the gap. Came through, and what a lovely finish. Great goal for the NUIG student. Mayo are on top. Possession won in midfield by Galway, and then spilled by Gary O'Donnell. Has it again, O'Donnell. Support arriving from Hanley. And now Joe Bergen, and Joe Bergen with a 2nd score of the game. A terrific point from the big man. Well, that's much, much better stuff from Galway. There's just a point between them. Into open space. Chasing after this one is Feeney. Gathers it well, gives it into Andy Moran. Moran goes long. Aidan O'Shea comes out to collect this one. It's gathered by a Galway man who spills it. Back it comes now, and Mayo come forward again. Scoring chance here perhaps for Kevin McLaughlin. And a great point by Kevin McLaughlin. Well, Mayo certainly deserving of that point. Great work rate. A swift move, counter-attack move, well defended at one end, coming forward, and Kevin McLaughlin applying the finish. Goes long, goes over both Mayo heads, but reacting here quickest is Andy Moran for Mayo, being marked there by Kevin Brady. Back it comes. Aidan O'Shea, wild attempt, and kept in play though by Kevin McLaughlin, who does well on the left boot and just chips that one over the bar. Well, Mayo get the score eventually from it. Aidan O'Shea went for it initially, came out to McLaughlin, danced around his marker, and what about that? Mayo come forward. This is Parsons now. First touch for him. Gets it inside. Decent ball. Good delivery. Picks out Jason Doherty. Doherty gives it back to Barrett. Takes the return. Good work. Another goal for Mayo. And it's that man again, Jason Doherty, doing the damage to the Galway defence. Well, Galway have been disjointed for much of this game, and now they're in real trouble. Good work by Doherty. Mayo are 9 points in front, and Galway are facing into a mountain. So Mayo on top now, and Galway in some real difficulty. Need to get their hands on possession. Mayo have it. Coming forward again into Jason Doherty. Twist, turns onto the right boot, and another point for the Mayo attacker. And what a game he's having. 2 goals and a point now this afternoon, and Mayo are in the driving seat. Porriglally gets ready to take this kick out for the Galway men. Breeze behind him, reaches halfway. This is McLaughlin, and Mayo come on the attack again. This is Parsons. Parsons gives it inside. Gardner, and now another scoring chance for McLaughlin. All too easy for Mayo. A good day's work for the Mayo team under their manager James Horan. Now this really is a terrible performance from Galway in their own backyard. Sean Armstrong gets around his marker and looking for the first point of the second half. Well, Sean Armstrong gets the point for Galway. 21.5 minutes into this second half. It's taken them a while, but they're off the mark in the second period, but they're still a long way behind. Well, this really will be a boost for Mayo football followers. As Galway come forward again with Joe Bergen, might open up in front of him here. Joe Bergen has a look at the post, and Joe Bergen clips that one over. Another point for Joe Bergen. Takes their tally to 12, and there's now 8 between them. Into injury time, we've close to a minute played here in Tuam, and Mayo are on their way to another victory over their great rivals Galway. And what an important win it will be too. The first win of this league campaign. And there indeed is the final whistle. Mayo take 2 valuable points. It's a convincing performance from James Horan's men.